Wow. That ended quite abruptly.
Right? How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Back again.
in TV land. Hello.
We've got a bunch of people in already. It looks like
Yeah.
Dan is super happy we're on. Hey, Dan, you got something to watch?
Hey, Paul. Hey, Eric. How's it going, guys?
The early bird catches the worm. These guys to open the door first.
I saw Eric's little drink post there. I'm kind of jealous.
Oh, yeah?
I should have made me one.
With
the day I'm having, I'm telling you.
I forgot
Testing is important, people.
Very important. Very important.
It's the one thing you never want to go without.
Exactly. Everybody started
been doing more of.
Oh, there's Peace, Love, and Fish. He's on.
That's what I'm saying,
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave's on.
I love that name. Peace, love, and fish.
Oh, Duke's on here. James, how's it going, James? Little shout out night right now. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
We got to show the love a little bit.
We got everybody jumping on.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday.
Hey, I'm waiting for that Reef Builder's name to pop up. I'm just saying. Jake's been jumping on every once in a while.
Yeah, he does. Anybody that has just on the Facebook, make sure you look in the bio to let StreamYard show your name, give them permission so we can say hey.
Hey, Eric. Welcome to another Saturday night in Reefing Collective, everybody. Glad to see everybody here. Click those thumbs up since you're here. If you're happy and you know it, click the thumb.
True that. Hey, Phil, how's it going tonight, buddy? Oh, man, I've been Phil's auction there today, buying a bunch of stuff, and yesterday. At least he shut her down today. We did not spend any more money. Hey, Phil, send me that invoice, buddy.
I don't need to be spending any more money on corals right now. I'm telling you.
All right, bud.
Phil is a necessary evil. Get those corals out. I have the worst luck shipping corals. Oh my God! Guys like Phil, I can ship those corals out. I praise you, guys. I never get it delivered on time. Shows up late. It takes a real experience to be able to ship this stuff out. People think it's really easy. It's not easy.
No, I've never done it, so I just buy it. I know, John.
Some of us don't have that luxury, okay? I'm just saying.
He has a delivery man, he says.
He does. For $6.50, he'll deliver it to your door.
Well, that's a good thing. When your tank's doing good, you end up kind of with a happy problem, and that's overgrowth. And you gotta, it has a good side and negative side. This is what brings us to testing, because when you get a heavy crowding of corals and you get that toxic warfare, you better start testing that tank.
Oh, I hear you. I like myself, I'm not gonna be fragging at my 600 for a while until something grows out, because I want every little inch that's on those corals to fill up my tank.
I mean, it's a 600. It's going to be 6 years.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, don't be so sure. They can start slow and all of a sudden go through a spurt.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's Ryan's luck.
It's Ryan's.
I was using coral rubble. You take rocks. I take up old broken rocks I take from my tank. I break them, and instead of using frag plugs, I use coral rubble, like rock rubble. I brought one in my tank down here. Now I have 4,000 purple mushrooms in there.
Right.
I didn't even know there was a mushroom on the rock that I had. Now that a whole herd of purple mushrooms down there.
I'll take a couple mushrooms.
Yeah, I'll send them.
I got a little spot I can put a mushroom.
Well, some of mines are about this big. So they need a 600.
Right.
Maybe I can name them. Isn't it good? You can name a frag after yourself, the Brooklyn Shroom or something like that.
I mean, if you got something that nobody else has.
Something that's not named yet.
Well, how many people have 6-inch mushrooms?
I don't know. I don't even have any mushrooms in my tank, or do I?
Wow.
Yeah, I got one in there, I think.
I
good morning, good day. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, men wear pink. I wear pink. Let's word up. Men wear pink. Stage 4.
I was looking for my keys. My lanyard's pink.
Oh, Duke says, haha, I got a 6-inch mushroom.
Whoa. Wrong kind of mushroom. Kind of mushroom.
Hey. Maybe he's just talking salamis instead of mushrooms. I don't know.
Mushroom tip. Mushroom head, mushroom still. If it's only, never mind.
What do you
Anyway,
mean?
this
Brooklyn
is a
Shroom's
family.
already a thing.
Yeah.
This is a family friendly show. We don't need to be talking about that.
Right.
Brooklyn Shroom's already a thing. Gosh darn it. Okay, Flatbush Shroom then. I gotta break
Right.
it down a region.
Yeah. So, anyways, we are talking test kits tonight.
Yes, we are.
You know, different types that we use, what we found works the best for us, what doesn't work, you know, just that kind of stuff. Give you guys kind of an overview to look at a few things. I think that the best way to do this is probably to kind of start at the lower end, cheaper ones and just kind of work our ways through them until we get to the super expensive stuff. Give you guys kind of our experiences with them, what we've done with them, and what we liked and didn't like, and all of that stuff. You know, of course, starting with everybody's absolute favorite test kit, we've got the API test kit.
Yeah, everyone's favorite.
I mean, I started with it.
Well, that's usually
Yeah,
the budget.
yeah.
That's the entry level. So most people, when they got in the hobby, they picked up a tank, they picked up that API master kit, and until you know better or you learn what to test for, it doesn't hurt. At least you're testing.
Yeah, exactly. Usually with the API test kit too, like when I first started at my store, when you talk to the guy, oh, you know, you need a test, you're like, well, what should I get? And they always say, get the API, right? Because usually some of the places didn't carry the hand and stuff when I started back in the day. You know what I mean? So we all started there at one point.
Yeah, I mean, API, as far as the freshwater stuff, rocks. But let's be realistic. On the saltwater side, it definitely leaves you a little wanting, especially the ammonia. Oh, my God. The ammonia always shows you have ammonia, even if you don't have ammonia.
Right?
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, API, you guys got to step your game up on the saltwater world. But freshwater, though, I mean, the strips and all that stuff, fantastic. They're great.
Yep.
I recently picked some up just to start using it on my little freshwater tanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Got to be safe there.
I remember when I did have the Reef bot, it used a lot of API, and I was a little disappointed in that. Yeah, because I'd be running my Reef bot, you know, to give me my results. I'm like, something doesn't seem right? Then I'm like, I'm going to try, you know, a Salford on it. I'm like, well, there we go. This does not match up with that Reef bot is telling me. It was very disappointing. It was the API stuff. So,
I mean, but at the same time, it could have been Reef bot. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, good. Who knows, right?
It's a brilliant idea. The execution was just a little off, but we'll get to that.
Maybe a little bit because it looked a little too perfect.
We haven't gotten to the automation stuff yet. Come on now.
True. I'm jumping ahead here.
And do we want to separate the test kits from the test bots? Because that's a different animal. Like testing machines.
No, because the automated machines are still using the test kits.
But you bring up a good point, because what do those machines use for solutions? Like Ryan's mentioned, the API and a more high end product. But if it's using an API, then is it giving you the same results as API because it's using an API test kit?
Yeah, it wanted the alkalinity and it wanted the calcium API in the Reef bot back in the day.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, mute your mic real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's Ryan.
The volume is high. No, I heard it. The volume is a little high.
Well, Ryan, you've got to
move it down a little.
I'm turning it down. Is it better?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. Virtual learning for
test
kids
of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
That hum was starting to hurt my ears really bad.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks, guys.
Just saying. Okay. So we've got API kind of touched on and covered. I mean, they're decent. If you're first getting in, you don't have to worry about everything being perfect. You know, why not? Give it a go. It's cheap testing. I mean, it's definitely a lot cheaper than a lot of the other options that are out there.
Oh, yeah. You see, and you always tell, right? When you can tell when somebody's getting into the hobby, like online, social media, they always have that. They always have the spread out. Kit. Yeah, you always see it, the whole spread out. My ammonia, my nitrates, my nitrate. You know what I mean? That's like the spread.
The thing that I love about the API test kit is when people take their little vials and they put them up and they get the little cards behind it.
Yeah.
Like, do these levels look right? And it's like,
that is the
how am I going to tell from a picture?
Right?
That is the worst. But first of all, 90% of the time you're really off with the color. Like the API is hard to match the colors, especially in like really close numbers, like nitrate. It could be a little bit green or it could be darker green. That can be 2 points. It could be 3 points. That never really gave me a warm fuzzy.
Yeah. No, I didn't really like it. That's why I was really happy when Hannah came out with the electronic tester, but that's got its things. We'll come back with that one though.
Yeah.
Again, that's getting into the handheld testers, so that's still a little bit up there.
Oh,
I do
shit.
like the case. I like the case. Like they have all of the
Mhm.
kits in a nice little case. I mean, pretty good, well thought
But
out
see-
in that fashion.
That can take us into the next product though. We can start talking about the Red Sea stuff. I mean, the Red Sea comes in a kit like that too.
And I love Red Sea. Red Sea, if you're out there, I don't know, you should be taking care. I mean, use Red Sea for a long time. I mean, for the calcium,
Yeah.
I'm 100%. I like Red Sea.
Yeah.
It's the easiest for me to color match anyway.
Yep.
Before
Wait.
going into the digital stuff.
Right.
Sid,
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sid's jumped in here saying I need to do some burpees. Sid, what do I need to do burpees for?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm fat, but come on.
This is
Whoa.
whoa. This is Reefing.
He's fat shaming tonight.
Yeah, this is Reefing, not a weight loss program.
It's okay. I deserve it. I know.
Weight loss program.
My lazy ass reefer syndrome has made me fat. I get it, Sid. Thanks.
It means you're happy.
Okay. Right. So you guys have experience with the Red Sea stuff. I don't. I
No.
personally have never bought any of the Red Sea stuff.
Yeah. I used it for a bit. It's like I had a few different test kits, and I liked the Red Sea, but it wasn't my thing. It had the wheel, little spin wheel on it, and it was cool. I just never really got into it.
I just like their phosphate kit and the calcium kit. That wheel one, I didn't feel like I could match that right.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I couldn't match it. It was when you get into the colors, that drives me to the digital things. But
when you got to look through the two tubes kind of thing.
yeah, because no, it the lighting in your room. Like I was going in my kitchen window and trying to hold it up to the light and trying to like see if it was accurate or not. And there's a lot of room for error there. So
True.
but I did like the phosphate kit and I like the calcium.
Yeah.
And I like the case. I like the case. They give you
It's a cool
pretty
case.
nice product. It won't get wet under your tank. I mean, if you're storing it, it's presentable. You don't have a whole bunch of boxes in your house.
True.
It makes you look like a scientist. People come over, they're like, "Oh, what the heck is this?"
Sid's like, I don't test 3 or more now. Eating up the Mastertronic.
He's just eating for the Mastertronic.
Stop
He's not
showing off.
waiting. He's just
Stop
eating.
showing off. Mastertronic.
That's too funny.
Well,
Really
in this
funny.
in the new stand, I built a since my old stand had a pull down drawer. I'm actually building a flip up desk for testing,
cool.
so I can flip it up, and I'm gonna drill little portholes where I can put my vials in. So that was the last thing I was working on. I just got kind of delayed and everything. Too many projects, bro.
Look at you getting all creative.
Quick little shout out here, guys. I love this. I love this. Here, we got to share this. This is some diehard dedication. Let me tell you. Look at this. Look at this. I'm just saying. We got us up here and everything's still working.
Good job. Hey,
I'm just saying. That's some dedication. We appreciate you. Thanks for the support.
Good job.
Right.
Good job.
Okay,
Thanks,
so
Thanks, Sean,
let's add
buddy.
an extra category to this whole thing. Let's go back to API just for a second.
Yeah.
Would
Bring it back.
Would you or would you not recommend these test kits?
Oh, that's a hard one.
You guys are ridiculous. We can answer this.
I would recommend API for a person just starting out that doesn't know any better because it's going to give them the most tests for the biggest bang for the buck. They're more likely to buy it.
True.
Like if you're starting out in the hobby, you're going to spend most of your money on the tank, the equipment. The last thing they get is test kits, like religiously. I have to beg people to buy they always buy the test kits last.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like even to build on that too, right? They're just getting into the hobby. Who knows? Maybe they're not going to like it. So why spend all that money on, these other test kits are, $80, $100, $60, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's cheap. That's cheap. If you're actually buying the individual kits and everything,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're starting out and you got to buy them all, you're
Oh,
got
yeah.
a lot of money
Yeah.
on some of these.
Well, exactly. And who knows? A couple weeks they might not like and say hell with this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm in the same boat. If you're just starting a tank, you're going through the cycle, you're really just looking to see if you've got levels, then absolutely will I say, by all means, get an API test.
Yeah.
It serves a purpose. It really does. If I'm trying to maintain consistency and accuracy, not a chance. I'm with Phil on that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Phil.
outside of that, yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Okay. So then that brings us back to Red Sea. Would you or would you not recommend it?
Yeah, I would recommend a Red Sea.
I like Red Sea.
Yep.
I personally, I like Red Sea.
Okay. And what about Salifert? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I'm all about Salifert. I like Salifert.
Now,
So-
Salifert I haven't used yet.
You haven't used Salifert? Are you kidding me?
Nah, I haven't
Wow.
used it yet.
Smokes.
I-
Like
I absolutely
it's a
love the
solid-
Salifert.
It's all test kit, especially like nitrate. It's so fast and easy to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
nitrate is so nice.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
nice for that one.
Here, 1
Does have a-
milliliter, 4 drops,
Right?
a little scoop, swirl
And you're
for
done.
30 seconds, wait 30 minutes, and
Right?
you're done. Like,
And then
Sound
you,
like,
and then
sound
you
like
take
you're
a
making
picture.
sound like you're making a souffle. One scoop with no drop.
I mean, but it's like it's
Put it in
the
the pan.
easiest test in the world.
Right?
It takes
The
30
nitrate.
seconds to mix it all together, and then you let it sit for 3 minutes and read it.
Exactly.
I mean, it's so easy. I love it.
And then you take a picture and you ask the social media world, what do
Right.
you think?
What color is this?
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
Yeah, no. No, I mean, nitrate's one of those ones, honestly, though, at the same time, I think you could use an API test kit because it doesn't have to be exact unless you're really trying to run it super low, or you're in my situation where you're dealing with dinos or something and you got to worry about it actually being pretty exact. Outside of that, I mean, why not? As long as you've got it, you're good generally. Let's be real here. But for the Salifert stuff, I mean, I've used all of them. I like the magnesium test. Let me tell you,
I got them all here. Like I collect them all, like Pokemon cards.
See, I stopped using my HANA checker because it was just so many steps. But with the Salifert, super easy.
So many
Super
steps
easy.
for which? For nitrate?
No. For calcium.
Oh, okay.
I haven't used. That's the one I haven't used yet.
I bought a brand new calcium with Hannah. I mean, it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's
not gonna
I heard
lie.
that.
It's brand new.
that.
It's sitting on the shelf.
And the thing is, if you use RODI, you'll actually get a different reading than if you use their actual water too.
Yeah.
So it's just another way for them to get you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those just sitting on the shelf. You know.
Yeah,
but
I
I
heard that
can
a
say I
lot.
got the whole collection then, right? Collect them all.
Ooh! I was talking to somebody the other day. Have
Yeah.
you guys heard of the brand Sarah for testing?
Sarah?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Like my buddy hits me up-
They're old company, SERA.
Yeah.
They were old test company. I have a nutrient test kit I just threw out because it was so old. It was a Sarah test kit. They're probably older than Salifert or
Really?
API. They've been around a long time. They make fish food. They make 100 different fish products.
Can you pull that up, Sean? I'm interested to see what it is.
You wanna see that?
Just for the hell of
SERA,
it.
I believe.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had never heard of them. And one of my friends hit me up and he's like, "Hey, I've got this algae thing going on. Do you know what this is?" And I was like, "Well, let me see. What are you testing with?" And he showed me and I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know who that is."
Right?
Yeah, I had a nutrient test kit made by Sarah, and I wasn't really using it. So after a while, you got to check. Other thing, people check the expiration dates on the test kit. Because a lot of the reagents expire and you'll get false readings because you're using old reagents. So
yeah, exactly. Because then he'll be like, "Oh, he'll test another kit." Be like, "It's giving me two different numbers." You know what I mean? They're like, "Well, did you check that expiry date?" It does make a difference.
Yeah.
It's up, right?
Or you'll mistakenly dose your tank thinking that you got a reading that's completely false. See, Sarah's been making aquarium products for probably 50 years, if not more.
I mean, the
Really?
branding
But
definitely needs some updating.
I had there. You see that there? You just passed up a little bit. They have one of their master kits. If I think that was it with the black handle. But they make
These
a
all look
great
like filters.
pellet food. They make
know,
a great
right?
pellet food. If you don't like flakes, they make a smaller algae-based food that I use for my tangs.
Okay.
It's kind of geared towards goldfish, but it's very high plant-based. So I often feed my tangs the plant-based flake food by Sarah and another one made by Ocean Nutrition. So when we had that segment before, like you use multiple products, you learn some things the more stuff you use, but
Yep.
more importantly, you learn what you like.
See, it blew my mind. I was like, "Bro, just don't use that. Go with I'm like, I don't even know who that is or what it is. I've never compared it to anything.
They've been around a long time.
Yeah. There's a couple of the kits we didn't even throw on there. I forgot a little bit, like the Elos kits.
Yeah.
Elos.
Yeah,
That's another,
Elos.
that's
Oh, you
another
still
one.
got
I
the
haven't
Nios
used.
ones as well too.
What's that?
I heard
So,
Nios.
you got Nios.
Yes, Nios. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've never used a Nios before.
Neither have I.
No, I use
Nios
Elos.
are
I got
kinda
Elos
expensive.
this year.
Nios is almost the price of a Hannah kit.
Oh, it could be.
I saw a Nios kit was pretty expensive. I says I might as well buy a Hannah.
Yeah, I mean, some of these are really, really pricey. But, you know, we're trying to stick to ones that we've actually used, though.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
those didn't get included.
I use Elos. I use Elos.
Okay.
Yeah, I have them here.
Okay, so...
But they're not my go-to, right? I stick with Salford and Hannah.
Okay.
Those are my go-tos.
So we've covered API and Red Sea and Salifert now.
Yes.
So Salifert, recommend?
I recommend Salford, yes.
I would recommend Salifert. Even though I haven't used it a lot, I've heard really good things, and my local store actually uses Salifert.
Yeah. One thing I can say about the Salifert, I always use it for DKH alkalinity. It's always bang on, and I'm not trying to get into automation right now, but with my Alcatronic, it always matches up with it, and my Hannah is usually 1 DKH off every time. Okay. Like my buddy Mark, you can ask him. He's a firm believer in that as well, and you see it across social media. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just to put that in there.
Just to throw that one out there.
Yeah, throw that one out there.
Ridiculous.
Phil says the Nios nitrate is awesome. Okay, compared to what, Phil?
Yeah, Phil. Let's hear it.
Compared to everything, Nios wins.
Right?
Not with the skimmers. Fight me.
You don't like
those
the
skimmers
Nios
are terrible.
Skimmers?
God, no.
Oh, the design is nice. The body is nice.
They're pretty. They're well put together. They're pretty well thought out. They use titanium screws and stuff. Like, they're kind of nice. But no, like, I couldn't get it dialed in, and the moment my socks would start filling in, it would just screw up the way that it was set.
Yeah,
it was such a nightmare. I didn't like it. I mean, some people are just magical and get it done, but I would fight with that thing forever and could not get it dialed in. So, gone, ripped it out. But we're not talking about skimmers.
Yeah. There's Mark. He agrees with the 1D Mark. He agrees.
Okay, so one thing that I'm really excited to try, and I was really hoping I was going to get them in today to actually be able to use them, was the Aquaforce test kits. Now, I've heard great things about them. I'm super excited that I ordered some, so I'm going to see how good they are. But have you guys had any experience with them?
Yeah, I have some here. Yeah, they're pretty good.
I used the Aquaforce test kit.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that they're pretty spot on comparison-wise to Red Sea or Salifert?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, okay. And quality made product.
I would recommend it.
See, I like their packaging. That's why I bought it.
That's what I said. I like the presentation.
You got sucked in.
I'm gonna lie. It looked pretty, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get you." I need some new stuff anyways, so why not? Because I was looking through all my Hannah reagents, and they were all starting to get ready to expire and everything. And I'm like, I better get some backups just in case.
Well, there goes, like Mark said, better than Hannah for sure. At least let's say 30 minutes. It's true. A lot of people don't like the, wait around and start mixing all those different solutions. It takes 30 minutes to get a test. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is this. Well, the longer it takes, the less likely you're going to do it.
Yeah, true.
If it's quick, you're going to do it more. If it takes a long time, you're going to be like,
See, we're getting a lot of people in here that are speaking really positively about Aquaforce, so that's making me happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm really excited for this. So next week I'll be able to throw in a quick little quib about it because it was supposed to be here today and now it's going to be delivered Monday.
Yep.
Thank you, FedEx.
The Aquaforce kit?
Yeah. I ordered like 4 different ones. I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. So it'll be a fun little testing experience there.
Yep.
All right.
So that's the other thing too. You got to be able to get the test kits. Which test kits do you see more in your local stores? Usually the more affordable, or the not easy to get Aquaforest over here in New York. You don't see it a lot.
Oh, yeah, I don't see anybody stocking it here.
You have to order it.
Yep.
You have to order it. Aquaforest. You got to get out there a little bit more. I heard great things, but I just don't see them in the store.
Yeah.
It happens.
We've got a Facebook user here asking what comments we're paying attention to. All of them. We've got Facebook and YouTube pumping through here, so we see it all.
And we're going through people. It may take a little bit, but we're going through all the comments.
But again, if you're a Facebook user, make sure. If you're a Facebook user, make sure and give permission to StreamYard. It's in the bio. Just click on it, give it permission, so we can see who's talking right now.
Yeah, so I'm really really excited to try this aquaforest. I'll let everybody know. As we know, I'm really critical when it comes to this stuff. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna put it through a little bit of a ringer. Not that you can really do much with a test kit, but I'm gonna see. I'm probably gonna do like 3 or 4 tests back to back with it, and then I'm gonna compare it to Salifert and to my Hannah just to kind of see, so I can get kind of a baseline and find out whether or not I really like it. But everything I've heard has been pretty positive. We've got a lot of people in chat here that are saying that it's super positive. So, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Well, I will admit I do use multiple test kits when I check my pH probes, because I just had such sketchy dealings with pH probes when they go bad. So I do test pH with an API test kit and my digital test kit and my probes, because you got to keep an eye on those pH probes. Just a FYI.
Sydney, nobody uses Aquaforest. I was the only one that used to use it, and don't buy the probiotic. It doesn't mix clear. It's a pain in the butt, and it'll annoy you. Just go with the regular reef salt. But the regular reef salt is phenomenal. I loved it.
Now, this is
well, what are you using now for salt then, Sean?
I am currently using Elos.
Elos, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, figured I'd give it a go.
Now, it's funny because Reginger says you can get those Aquaforest easy in Trinidad. I can't get it in New York. You can get it in Trinidad.
Yeah, I know. You just saw that.
Yeah, that's funny. But
well, I mean,
hey,
it's a European company,
you win, Aquaforest.
What does he mean? I'm talking now, Ryan.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's Dan. It's Dan. He's just being a butt. He's being memorable. That's what it is. He's being memorable. You'll remember him next time.
Exactly. Let's see. Facebook use. I have another doubt. Why don't people use baking soda instead of the regular branded stuff to reduce costing for KH additions and also caulk washer? I'm going to answer that question by saying I do use that to balance my KH, and as a matter of fact, I used it last week. So that is an old remedy. The baking soda can be used many ways in the aquarium. You just have to be very careful. It's like using caulk washer. It can drastically drop your pH. It can definitely raise your alkaline. I mean, well, it'll add the alkalinity without raising your pH, but it can also neutralize your pH. So it's a kind of a gray area. I don't recommend anybody just jump into using any specific form of like manual dosing. Yeah. You should definitely do your homework. But yeah, I use it.
Let's see.
If you get that baking soda, put it flat in a cookie sheet on aluminum foil, bake it in the oven, you get soda ash.
Yep, you could do all those things.
So there's a lot of tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
I'd rather stuff that's too sciencey for me.
I'd rather just buy it.
Yeah. Okay. So 321 Reefer here says that the Aquaforest nitrate was very disappointing. I ordered that one, so thanks for bashing my hopes and dreams. I'm still gonna try it. I mean, I spent good money on it.
Yeah. How many steps is that one? Is it similar to Salifert, or?
I mean, I don't know. I can't answer that, but he can. I'll be able to answer that next week.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I mean, people are pretty
everybody's
positive about Aquaforest there.
I see that.
Any other regular test kits that you guys can think of that would be really worth discussing? I mean, I think we kind of touched on all of them.
Peace, love, and fish.
Have we hit Hannah yet, though? We haven't hit Hannah. We're still going down.
No, that's handheld. That's handheld.
Oh, true.
We covered all the chemicals. We didn't miss anybody. Let's see. Yep.
I mean,
yeah.
It's everybody that I can think of off the top of my head.
I don't think we missed anybody.
All right, so on to handheld. Milwaukee.
If any of you guys think we missed something, drop it in the comments.
I'm not sure what Dan's talking about.
I don't know.
No, come on.
Well, there's so many comments here. Like, holy, it's hard to catch them all.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Moving on. Okay, so let's get into these handhelds then. Right after we have this amazing commercial break from our sponsors. I'm just saying, it's that time.
I belong to longer belong to you.
Do just what you want. You're the one to trust.
All right, caught
All right.
Ryan off guard. You guys like that?
No,
You guys like that?
I'm on my game.
One day we'll get it right.
Yeah, it's perfect.
One day we'll get it right.
More sponsor.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about some handhelds. First off, I got to throw Milwaukee under the bus here. You guys suck because you haven't released your handhelds yet. Because they haven't released the handhelds yet, and I want them.
Well, they have the salinity. They have the salinity tester.
That doesn't count. I want that phosphate stuff. I want the phosphate stuff and everything. Yeah, okay. So now I've read a lot of good and a lot of bad about those. Predominantly good though. I think that most of the bad stuff has just been user error or people not calibrating their stuff properly and everything. But the people that have them, that like them, really, really like them. It's pretty impressive. So I want one, but I want one of the new black ones.
Oh,
I got
wow.
the green. I got the green one.
He got the old school one green.
It's not old school.
That was the first one was green, right? The original one was green, I thought.
I'm gonna share it here. This is for the salinity one. This is the one I use.
The black one is the new one.
See, salinity, I'm just using the Hannah pen.
Yeah, the original one was green and yellow.
Yeah, but this thing is so accurate. It's perfect. It's fast. I love it. Plus, you can always I don't know. It just works great.
How long does that take to give you a reading?
2 seconds. You turn it on, put a drop on it, and you're done. I'll just walk in and just drop it on. I'm done. Especially mixing salt and stuff. It's perfect.
Very nice. Okay, let me hit a couple of things because Mark keeps bringing up the Trident stuff. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to the automated stuff. I promise you.
Boy.
We're just not there yet.
Trident.
Yeah, we get into it.
There's gonna be some bombs dropped there. I feel like.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
Mark. Yeah.
So I can't say anything about the Milwaukee stuff other than the fact that I saw some really cool pictures, and I'm really excited for it to come out just because I want my stuff to be cool like that. But so we can talk about the salinity stuff. Ryan, recommend? Yes or no?
Yes, I recommend it highly.
Okay.
Right.
For the salinity, it's the only one I've used for Milwaukee.
Good. Clarification. Here's the disclaimer.
Yes.
Now, I thought they were working on a calcium test kit, or had they?
They're
done
working
that
on it
already?
all. They're working on the handheld ones, just like the Hannah ones.
Yeah.
If they could do that, I'd be on board because the calcium kit is a pain in the neck.
Can you show those, Sean?
No, I can't find the picture. I saw the picture one time. And
you sent it to me.
No, I sent you the
phosphate one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The phosphate one looks an awful lot like the salinity. So it's pretty cool. But all right, let's get into Hannah. Before we get too far in this, Hannah, if anybody from you guys that's associated with you is watching, what the hell were you thinking with that nitrate test? That thing is ridiculous. Right? If it takes me 15 minutes to test for nitrate to get a number and have 40 steps where there can be all sorts of user error, I'm out. It's not a $60 kit that's worth it to me.
Yeah.
I know, so many steps.
Just saying, there's too much room for error, and I mean, you don't have to have it perfect with nitrate, but at the same time, it's what in the world? Who's got the time? That's the problem.
I know, right?
Who's got the time? To hell with the user error and everything, but wow.
But people like those number readouts, right?
Well, in their defense, they were one of the first digital calcium test kit makers. So you got to give them a little bit of leeway. It's easy for somebody to come out with something after someone else comes out and kind of build on it. So I give them a little credit. It's just not the easiest thing to do.
I mean, I used the calcium a couple of times, but you damn near have to have a PhD in biological science.
I've used it once.
You're sitting at Dr. Frankenstein.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Right?
But it's accurate if you do it right. I compared it to my Salifert, and I was done with my Salifert 10 minutes before I was done with my friggin' Hannah one.
Well, I used the Red Sea calcium before I used that freaking digital thing again.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I used mine once. I spent it was expensive enough.
70, 60, 70, something
or
like
more.
That. Yeah, more. It was more than the other one.
Amy, watch out. You know me. I go on my rants. It's okay.
Right?
She's making fun of me.
I read it.
Eric is talking about a new test kit from LAX Aquariums. I have not seen anything on that.
No,
but
me neither.
Eric from Palooza.
I'm going to have to look into that. Like I'm super curious now on what they've got going on. Interesting.
Okay.
Eric, you brought something new to the collective. I mean,
I know.
definitely appreciate it. That's good. That's good. I like it. All right. Do nitrate first and test something else while waiting. No.
No.
That's why I like my Celifert. It's just you're done. It's like 2 seconds and you're done.
Yeah, that's no.
Who
And
wants
I've been using it for years, right? So I feel like it's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I like the
Right?
Hannah stuff. Don't get
It's
me
like
wrong.
you pick one and go with it.
It's so hard though to make sure that you get the right 10 milliliters in there, and then any variance in that causes problems. I wish there was an easier way, really, to fill it, short of using a syringe and going.
I use a syringe.
There we
Yeah.
go. I got my 10 mil. You know, like,
Yeah. But when it
I
comes
actually-
down to it, you get a good kit, but as long as you keep your tank consistent. So if you're always getting an 8, an 8, an 8,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's consistent, right?
yeah,
Because people chasing these numbers, Hannah, Sulfur, Aquaforest, they're all different. Well, they all have different variances. You know what I mean? Different brands, different chemicals. It's never all going to be the same.
got
There's
Amy here.
always a margin for error.
Right, exactly.
Amy's all got to practice your chill while you wait. Amy, I don't have chill. Okay, I was working up until 15 minutes before the show and had to drive like really fast across town and everything.
Right?
Like this is the sacrifice I make for you guys, risking tickets and stuff. I'm just saying. I got caught once. Okay, so the Hannah checkers, they're phenomenal. They do their job. You really got to follow the directions and everything. Some of them are a pain in the butt, but if you're okay with that, then by all means. I'm not one of those people, but you know, for basically everything except for calcium and nitrate, I'll use Hannah. I've been using Hannah. I like it. So for me, that's definitely a recommend if you've got the money.
Yeah,
My favorite Hannah is the phosphorus ultra low.
that's what
I know
use.
you can't see it because it's green again, but that's my favorite one. That's the only one I go with for testing my
I
tank.
use that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That one is accurate. When I test it against another kit, the
Yeah.
numbers always come up
Yep.
pretty close.
But same thing again, right? With the Hannah, like every time you do your test, you always make sure your water level's perfect in the vial. Always take a cloth or something, wipe it clean so there's no fingerprints because it will mess up your readings. It happens. You got to keep them very clean as well.
Hey, Mark, all I got to say is stop lying. Okay. He's saying, agreed, Salifert, done. Show's done. Nothing more to say.
I know,
you were
right?
just talking about the
Oh, come
trident.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't,
right?
don't
Be
get
fair,
him on the
Mark.
trident. He'll knock that baby down, buddy.
I'm just saying, like, come on.
Oh, we've had a big discussion about these test kits and stuff, and that's why I said when we come to the Hannah, the 1 DKH difference all the time.
Yeah. But, you
Yeah.
know, if you're going for consistency and not
Exactly.
accuracy, like,
Yeah. So if you use a Hannah, just use a Hannah. Go with the number. Right?
Yeah.
Don't start
Yeah.
testing against it. Be consistent.
Brian
Okay.
says, send me your unwanted Hannah nitrate kits.
uh,
Donate them to Brian. He said he'll take them.
I don't have any of those.
What's that?
I said I don't
He
have any
said
of those.
send your nitrate kits, Hannah
Yeah.
nitrate kit.
I won't spend the money on it. Sorry, Hannah. But so I don't have any to send.
Hannah was supposed to send me one, but they never did. They never fell through. They fell through. on me.
Wah, wah, wah,
I know,
wah.
right?
orders.
Very, very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Right. Michael Gross is asking where I'm from. So I am currently in Colorado. Wow. There's
Where are you from, Beavs?
right. Dan, I'm not on the dark side of the moon. Shush your mouth. Let's see.
Peace, love, and fish. So, digital or manual, which one do you feel is more accurate? Test
It's a
kit,
toss.
wow.
It's a toss up. It's like the brand wise, right? Like I like Salifert and I like Hannah. Depends on which one it is.
Yeah.
Depend on which test it is, and depend on what you. I don't chase numbers, so say I use them as a guide. I don't like say, oh, I want my pH to be perfect. I want my calcium to be 450, not 44. Or, you know, we use them as a guide.
Yeah.
That's too much to get into it that tight. I mean,
But
Brian's
people do
asking,
it,
do you
man.
want fast or do you want accurate? Bro, I don't care if my stuff is that
Consistency.
accurate.
You want
Yeah.
you want everything to be consistent.
I mean, I care to accuracy to an extent. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be testing alkalinity and have my tank really be at 6.5, but have it show, 12.5. Like, obviously, I don't want that. So, I mean, there has to be reasonable accuracy, but sometimes you can go a little too far. Like, I don't need lab quality or ICP testing for my home testing stuff.
Well, exactly. Like companies like Saltwater have been around for years. They sell thousands of units a year. They're pretty reliable. You know what I mean?
See, I love it. I love it. All right.
Well, you could say that about API too. They sell thousands of units a year.
Cindy's like, was it Kevin? Sure was.
Ooh, Kevin loaded a bread box.
Just dropping that one.
Pow, dropped it on him. He's out there. Kevin, look for redemption. Get that kid out.
Right.
I know. I was so excited to add it to the collection.
And Mr. Mike,
try it out.
Mike
Give it a test.
Gross makes a good point. Both have human error, and you do have to take into account human error. Some people don't wash the vials out correctly, so you're using not so clean vials, or you're using tap water, or you miss your tank water amount. Like I use a syringe, so I know I'm getting 10 mils, or I'm getting 5 mils. I don't use the cap method. How many people use the cap method when they dose and they say, "Oh, 1 cap is 5 mils"? I literally tested that in 3 products that said that their cap was I did, because somebody called me on it and I says, well, I use a syringe, and they said no, a cap is 5 mils. A cap was actually less than 5 mils in one instance and was almost 8 mils in another instance. So they thought they were dosing 5 and they were dosing 8. So I use a syringe. You can get a syringe at a health store for like 50 cents.
Exactly.
Some of them 25 cents.
I use a B cup.
Hey, Sean, you better drop another bomb right now. Cindy had the same problem.
Oh, never heard back either.
Hitting hard tonight.
So
wow.
With the cap method, really the only thing I ever do that with is when I'm dosing bacteria. So like Microbacter, I don't care if it's really 5 milliliters,
oh, really?
or if it's 7, or if it's 4. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It says the cap is about 5. It says about 5. So I mean, whatever.
I use the Polyplab Genesis, and it has like the glass vial that you squeeze, and it you pull out your amount, and I just let it rip. Yeah.
I do like the Tropic Marin containers that squeeze the bottle and it actually gives you the measurement at the top.
That's true.
Put an offer one and all of that. Those new companies coming out. Good job with the packaging.
Amy's like, oh man, I use the cap method.
You better stop, Amy. Better stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael says that 1 milliliter equals 1 gram. I have to disagree, because every product's going to have a different weight, because density plays into effect.
That's true.
A milliliter of liquid mercury is going to weigh a lot more than a milliliter of RODI water. I'm just saying. Like, you're still dealing with liquids, so you've got to actually measure each and every individual thing that you're doing like that. It's just density plays into it all.
Oh, there.
Okay. So
Eric threw up a link.
What's that link? Aquaspin.
Gotta copy it.
That's the API.
Aquaspin.
Okay, the Aquaspin.
I am all
Did you
about
see that thing.
Yeah, I am all about it. Don't get me wrong. It's junk on accuracy. It really is.
That's what you want.
It's off. But here's the thing, though.
Add it to the collection.
Right, but here's the thing. If you're looking for consistency and you've got your accuracy dialed in with the other tests and you know what it is, you can test with that. You can write that down and be like, okay, here's my benchmark. This is what it needs to be. So every time you put the water in there and you do the spin, as long as it's there hitting your benchmarks, you're good. Like, why not? I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm not all for it for a standalone test. Not a chance. But as long as you've got a reference for it and everything, and you know what your machine is doing and how it's calibrated and everything, hell yeah, by all means.
What are they worth?
Test that much stuff, huh?
What are they worth?
Last I checked, it was something like $500 on those things.
Damn, son.
And it's like $3 a test.
Jeez. Sure. They don't want people testing, do they?
Well, they're designed for fish stores.
Fish stores, yeah.
Yeah, but
that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Do they want to spend $3 a test?
They're cool though.
They're trying to make money.
I don't measure. I just hook it to a doser, dump it in.
That's even worse, man.
Let's see.
Are you looking it up right now?
Well, here's a question for Mr. Battle. If you're just hooking it up to the doser, how often do you calibrate? How often do you know that your doser needs calibration? Do you check?
Yeah, you see a few people posting about this.
I mean,
API.
oh, it's only 46 seconds. We got time.
Look at that awesome marketing.
Right?
I want one already.
That's
I
going to be
mean-
my backdrop next week.
Right?
Look at these fish. I want that tank.
Archer
Hell with the
fish.
aqua spin. Like, it's cool. You
Yeah.
legitimately throw the disc
That-
in, you put your water in
It's
it,
like-
and it's just like,
Am I-
"Whoa,
that-
here you go.
It's like
That
CSI
looks-
Miami or something.
That looks like some pregnancy test.
Oh, jeez.
Are my clowns going to spawn this week? I mean,
What the hell?
That's cool. It's cool.
it looks cool, but like I said, the accuracy issue is the problem with it that I have.
Have you
Yeah.
used it? You
No,
know
but
anybody-
I know a ton of people that have, and
Really,
there's a bunch
eh?
of fish stores that have been using it and
I
everything.
wonder how much that costs.
Like,
He said like 500, 500,
yeah, it was something like
500.
it was
And
like
how
$400
many-
or $500.
But
So
it
how
tests
many
quick.
tests? It tests a lot of different parameters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One way to do it.
So
okay,
it's a fresh.
so-
It's Trident for freshwater
You
people.
do it for fresh water as well.
Yes. Nitrate, nitrite, ammonia phosphate, carbonate hardness, general hardness, pH, magnesium, and calcium.
Okay, it's a pretty full basket there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to find it. I mean, they got test kits and stuff, but I'm not finding the actual.
That's
cost
funny
on the
because
episode.
I never heard of that spin thing.
No, you never saw it? People are posting
No,
it.
this is the first time I've seen that.
Actually, to give
you
a
saw
quick
it-
little
you saw it
shout
first
out here, we're gonna give a quick little shout out.
Are we?
'cause Greg Carroll did a unboxing of it and really covered it in depth.
I'm gonna
And it
check
was-
that out later.
Yeah.
It was awesome. He did a good job, and he talked about the test costs and stuff. I think it was actually like $2 a test, but
Yeah.
it wasn't so bad. I'm not finding a price on it. I don't remember.
Maybe
I
Eric,
know
maybe Eric knows a price, what it's about.
I know it was pricey because I was looking at it and I was like, damn.
Do you know the price, Eric?
I was almost lazy enough to want to buy it.
Might have to do
Almost.
call a friend here, Sean.
Right?
Phone a friend.
Hey Eric, you want to call in?
That's what I'm saying. Eric, we're calling you in. We need a number
Yeah.
here. Too funny. Okay.
Oh,
so,
they're 800-ish, he says, right there.
Oh my god. Now
But if
I
you're
would
a
rather
store,
buy
if you're a
a, I
store-
would rather buy it. I'd rather buy a saltwater system like a Trident and use it for my freshwater than to spend 800 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. No.
Yeah.
Nope. I mean,
800
$800.
But
Let's
for a
be
store,
real.
for a
If you
store, it's good though. It'll be
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
I
for a
don't.
store
I
and
don't believe a
standalone-
store. I don't believe a store would spend that
Lots do.
only because that they're in it to make the money. I mean,
Lots
it's
of
easier
them
for
have done
them
it.
to
It's more for
use the
retail.
system.
Yeah, lots of them have done it.
And when
Like-
you look at the cost per test, 800 for those tests, which are relatively cheap tests,
Yeah.
I could buy the box kits and go probably 3 to 4 years on $200 worth of the box kits to take those same tests.
True.
I mean, freshwater.
Probably, but here's the
Yeah.
thing, right? You buy it for $800. You get the replacement disc for $2 a pop. You charge somebody to test their water $3. You're making $1
Yeah.
off of each one.
No, okay.
I mean,
it's
well,
handy
that,
like that. It's handy like that.
that would work now.
And,
Yeah.
and really, what's $3 to the average hobbyist to go in and get their stuff checked against what they've been pulling, or
Well,
if they don't even check it and they just
well-
want a reference number or something,
Well, then the payback is about
Yeah.
300 to 400 tests before you make your money back.
if not
It's
more.
just convenient. It's convenient if you go to somebody's house and just pop it in and like, boop, okay, these are all your parameters.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think for the average hobbyist, not a
Maybe.
chance would I recommend it. It's just it's
Yeah.
really not worth it. But for a retail store,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, if you've got more money to spend than you know what to do with, and you want a cool toy, I mean, sure. But the average person, I couldn't recommend it.
True. True.
I'm glad they are putting their name into the hat because from a testing family, for them to be the last ones to the gate when you got Neptune and all these different companies, the Alcatronic and all the companies developing technology, and they've been
Yep.
doing these test kits for so long, they should have been long to the game. They should have been doing this a long time ago.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Where were we?
We were
A lot of
sidetracked.
Yeah.
a lot of people were talking about the digital testers now. The
That was
digital
it, yeah.
testers.
Okay.
And we're
So,
getting a lot of
Hear
Alcatronic, Trident, a lot of comments in here.
oh God,
Are we
don't
still on
even.
Are we still on
Oh.
handhelds though, or are we done handhelds?
Hold on. I gotta recompose myself. I'm
Wait,
gonna open my mouth.
We
What,
come,
did you read
Somebody
what
said-
Mark said?
Somebody said the worst thing in the world. Yes, I read what he said.
Here, I'll put it up for you. There you go.
You honestly couldn't pay me enough to run one of those.
Ouch. Ouch.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
why not?
With
Why?
as many people as I know that have gotten them and they have gone defunct within the first month and then had
They're
to deal with stuff.
expensive, man.
Terrible customer service. When you need to get something fixed, they're like, sure, here, have the parts, but you gotta fix it and stuff.
Yeah, they're
Hell
expensive.
no. Hell no. Not a chance.
Hit that bomb. Hit that bomb.
No. That's wrong. That's
You gotta be on point.
hey, that's one of these.
Oh,
Shoot it down.
man. Oh,
in the
I'm
man.
just
back.
saying.
Shot
Like,
in the back.
There you go, Mark.
hell no.
There you go, buddy.
Okay,
Customer service is key.
So here's the thing. We can't even really include the Alcatronic into this. I mean, yes, it's an automated tester. Yes, it's fantastic when you get it set up and everything, but it's one thing. So let's transition away from the Alcatronic because we all know we love it. I mean, at least Ryan and I do because we have it. So we're going to get away from that. We're going to go to Mastertronic versus Trident. You know, instead of Apple versus Orange, we're going Apple to Apple here.
Oh,
I'm just saying. Okay, I have read nothing but terrible things about the Trident. I've heard it works. It does its job. If you calibrate it right and everything, it's reasonably accurate. But lots of people have had lots of connectivity issues with it. Lots of motors have been burned out. You can't find the reagents for it. I mean, there's a ton of problems with it. So we all know my standpoint on Apex stuff.
I have one.
After all the research I've done, I couldn't recommend it. I'm just saying. I'd rather have a Reef bot for $800 than buy a Trident. And even at that, you couldn't pay me enough to have that too.
Well, there was. I know there was a shortage of reagents before the Thanksgiving holidays. There was a big thing about that, and they did come to the market with some solutions and get some more out there. But that's another thing that you have to consider when you buy anything is reagents, material, and cost of operation.
Yep.
Eric, what don't we want to know? Because now I want to know what you don't think we want to know. I'm super intrigued. You can't say something like that and leave us hanging.
Yep.
Ouch.
For the Trident, I have one. I've used it.
Do you like it?
I could never get it to be accurate. Like you calibrate it, but I'm always changing the values myself into the machine to match up to my test kits.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it's the C. It's not working for the solution, the reagent. So it's been a pain in the ass. So it's offline. Yeah, it's sitting there.
I do need more cowbell. Sorry, Paul. I saw that. I had to comment. I definitely need more cowbell.
Sorry, go ahead, D.
Brian Hunt says he can't use any of this stuff because he has no control on his tank.
See, that's the great thing about like the Mastertronic. You don't need a controller. It's standalone.
Yeah, if you want to use a Dosatronic to dose your tank, you don't need anything else.
The Alcatronic is standalone too, isn't it?
Yep, it has a built-in pump to dose alkalinity when it is required. So it's perfect.
So there you go, Brian. One solution, no controller. You can be like me. You can have multiple options. You can use it without a controller. I have a couple of tanks with no controller. I'm still integrating them.
It's some money. I mean, it costs you money, but at the same time is money. Convenience is money. I mean, I'm just saying.
You know what I would recommend though, and in working with you guys on this the last couple of months and seeing the value of some of these automations. If you have a fish room, and few of you guys that know me, and I know you do, have fish rooms with centralized filtration or very hard to maintain species, to have automated testing can be a lifesaver. like I hooked the hydros up and right away I was getting alarms. I'm like, holy crap. Like alarms were flashing off because it had automatically detected things that were out of range and it saved you. I mean, the cost of a controller can be worth its weight in gold. And the cost of automated testing can also save you in a lot of cases. So keep it in mind. And it's funny because fish room people, we're working with people. I know guys with 30 plus tanks,
Yep.
and they're testing the old fashioned way, one vial at a time, one vial at a time. So imagine if you
Hell.
had something doing that automatically without any thought about it, and it gave you a notification. You'd be happy. You'd be happy.
So Mark brings up a valid point here, though, because he was asking about the GHL calcium director or KH director. I guess we can bring the alkatronic right back in. Okay, fine. You want to talk alkalinity? Let's talk alkalinity. GHL makes an absolutely phenomenal product. Every single thing that they put out, friggin' mint. Okay, never heard a bad thing about them, except for the fact that you damn near need a degree in programming.
Yeah.
And my friend's a programmer. He loved it. He's a programmer. He loved the fact that it was open source or whatever the hell. He was. But most of us aren't going to do that. Like me, I'm going to get pissed off and turn it off. Yep. The first chance I get frustrated, you're going to turn it off.
I've never tried the GHL. I couldn't give you an opinion on that.
See, I don't own it, but I've got friends that have that stuff, and
they
like
love it.
Yeah, they love it, and it's pretty.
It is pretty.
So pretty. Oh my God, GHL has done an amazing job at wrapping a really nice machine into a very beautiful little package. Like they're phenomenal.
Packaging works, doesn't it?
They're stackable. They, you put them into a cabinet and everything. They look gorgeous. Like absolutely in love with them. But I don't want to program it. So in comes the Alkatronic.
Yep.
I hated it at first because I was limited on where I could put like my reagent bottle, and I had to have it a certain distance from the tank and everything. But once I got over the initial frustration, I hated it again because I'm like, this damn thing is so loud. It's waking me up at 3 o'clock in the morning because it's mounted to my bedroom wall and like vibrating up the wall from my living room and everything. It would just piss me off. Now this new update is out. This new update's out. The motors are quiet. Everything's all set in place. I love it.
And just unloosen them a little bit.
I didn't even have to do that.
Well, that's even better. Yeah.
Not even lying. I didn't even have to tear it apart to do that. The thing is mint now, except for the fact that it keeps yelling at me.
So you did get it silent.
So would you recommend an Alkatronic?
Oh, hands down.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to the KH Director or the Alkatronic, I would recommend both of them. They're both solid pieces of equipment. The only issue, again, is do you want to program or not? I mean, and everything that Focustronic puts out is pretty, but it's not like GHL pretty, but it's pretty in its own right. Like I like the design. I like the big swinging door. I like that you can service it yourself, and you can't really do that stuff with the GHL stuff. But it's not like the difference is like hot and girl next door hot. Right? They both look good, but one's just better. Like I guess that's the easiest way that I can put that.
Push that up.
Yeah, shut up. Get that out of here.
Oh, I was just showing the graph. See, look at keeping it tight. Keeping it tight.
Yeah, I don't even want to embarrass myself.
That's what she said.
But it shows you that consistency, you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about with our tanks, especially alkalinity, it's very important. Very important. Yeah.
Yeah, that off.
We'll get that off of there.
You're making me jealous.
Well, it's what it's about, right? We're trying to make our tanks as perfect as possible,
right? But here's the thing: 2 out of 3, though. 2 out of 3 isn't so bad when it comes to alkalinity testers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And alkalinity is so easy to test for, though.
Yeah, but it's nice. You just walk in your room and like, there's the digital right there, man. Man, that's looking good. You know what I mean? Or just like I did there, I can access it from work or on my phone or just to see where it is, or if I need to tweak it a little bit. But it's just nice.
It is convenient.
It is very convenient.
Especially if you travel. If you travel, you should have some sort of alarm or something on your system because things always happen when you're away from home.
It lets you know. You get alerts.
Okay, so
you set your points.
Right. So before we get off of the alkalinity stuff here, somebody asked, what's the difference between running Trident versus Apex? Trident is Apex. So I mean, you can't say.
Yeah, so that confused me a little bit.
I'm gonna switch this one up, and I'm assuming they meant Trident versus Alkatronic, but they're two different things. So you can't compare them.
You can't run the Trident without the Apex controller. You need the controller. Yeah. So that's the first thing.
Here we
go. Thanks for stopping by, Eric.
What's the cost difference between the running a Trident versus an Alcatronic?
Again, same
Well,
thing.
the Alcatronic, you don't need the controller. You can run it standalone. You got to factor in
the cost
controller.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're different things, so you can't really effectively compare them. You can compare the KH Director and the Alcatronic and the KH Guardian.
But it comes down to as well is the reagent to run the Alcatronic. You get like that 4-liter jug. You're mixing it 4-to-1. It lasts forever. Like
you got like 3 months of testing at every 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But that whole jug they'll say will last you 18 months if you test regularly. It works out perfect.
Yeah, but that's 4-hour testing. If you're testing at 2, you're getting
it's going to last
3
even
to 5
longer.
months. Yeah,
exactly. So it's like cents per test, not in dollars, right?
Yeah.
So that's a bonus. That's why I like it, and it's easy to.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
good.
I'm trying to get past. I'm trying to get past this KH Guardian garbage. Anyways, so let's talk about some more fun stuff. Okay, so if we're gonna get into big time testing there, since we know none of us are really gonna recommend the KH Guardian, but the or not the God, I can't even talk tonight. I'm telling you.
Paul says you need a cowbell in your special effects, Sean.
I know, I do. I definitely agree. I need more cowbell. I completely agree.
Need a cow.
The KH Guardian, no, couldn't recommend it. The KH Director and the Alcatronic, absolutely. So that's my sense on those 3, and then we can move on. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Alcatronic for myself. I've never tested the JHL.
Cost difference and cost difference.
Looks pretty.
What about the reagents, Ryan? Since you've used them, right?
So you're looking at what, $70 a month for the Trident, and it's like just under $100 for a 4-liter jug that's going to last you 18 months or longer. Wow! So you can see
Ryan, you're comparing 2 different things. Stop it.
Well, he just asked.
No, you can't answer that question. The answer is that you can't answer it because they're 2 different things.
True.
No, but in general, the reagent.
Yeah, it is true. That's true because it's testing 3 elements to 1 element. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I get you.
See, that's why you can't do it. Now, okay. So D, do you have any experience or background with any of those that you would throw in or not throw in a recommendation?
With what, the equipment?
Yeah, so the Alcatronic, the KH Guardian, and the KH Director.
In my experience, I don't have them physically. I know people that have them. I've done my homework and research. As you know, I can be over analytical. I like the fact that the Alcatronic is standalone.
Yes.
And it's less likely to depend on one other piece of equipment for contingency. Like if one thing goes down, calibration wise, network connection, you're up a creek. I like the fact that it's standalone. I've heard issues with the Trident. The Trident works wonderful. I know people that have used it and have no problem.
Yep.
But I have an older Apex, which I can't use it with. So that was my first problem. The second problem was, it was the calibration. I had some headaches with people talking about the calibration and keeping it accurate, because the constant calibration means that your test is useless if your calibration is off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, true.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a big thing. That's what I like about my Alcatronic. It's yelling at me right now saying you need to replace your hoses. Luckily, those showed up today.
There you go. So. Yeah, it lets you know all that stuff. When you're supposed to recalibrate it, and it works so perfect.
It's been yelling at me for 3 days.
If it needs a calibration or a hose, Sean, will it shut itself down until you replace that?
No, it'll keep rolling.
Okay. Like if it says it needs calibration, or it gives you a reminder, like a calendar reminder.
So like the reagent testing part on the Alcatronic, every 800 tests, it's like you need to change this hose out. So it's still accurate as long as you've recently calibrated it and everything for a little while. Yeah. You've got some time. It's not one of those things where it's going to be like mint, hit 800 tests, and then be like, pew, done. Like it doesn't do that, but it will wear out. It's just a safety measure.
Yeah, it'll probably run longer than it even says to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
So, Hammy, yes, you can remote access all of the Focustronic stuff.
Yes, and right now they just put out their new app. Mm-hmm. The one that you can pass all of them under one umbrella now.
I still haven't signed into it yet.
Oh, you haven't? It's nice. It's got all the graphs on there.
Sean, I
say,
thought you
I don't
downloaded that. I thought you downloaded it the other day.
I said I haven't
posted
logged into it. I have it. It's downloaded. It's ready to go. I just haven't done anything with it. I don't care.
It's pretty. It's nice. I like it.
Like,
all in one spot.
Well, I was waiting on my hoses. They're here.
Yeah.
Now I got to log into it and calibrate all my stuff again.
Yep.
It's okay. But, Hammy, you will not regret it. I promise you. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, so last step on this train of testing, we have the Apex and Zepta, which nobody knows anything about because it hasn't been released yet, unfortunately. Hopefully one day they get it coming out, but until then, we've got the Mastertronic to give us the warm fuzzies and help us out there. Yep. But then you got the Mastertronic, and then you've got the Trident. Okay, so we've covered a lot on the Trident here. The Mastertronic, we did an entire show on it. So if you guys want to see that, definitely go back, look at the stuff with Eric there when we had him on. We covered pretty much everything there. Simplifying this all down, the Mastertronic, from what I've seen, absolutely would recommend it if it sticks with Focustronic stuff. The Reef Bot, Ryan, you're the only person that's got experience about it. So why don't you go ahead and talk about that, travesty?
Yeah, we'll just say it. We'll just say I don't have it anymore.
Whoa,
yeah, I wasn't liking the results I was getting. I didn't find that it was built. The standards on it could have been built a little bit better. Too much 3D printed parts inside. It's just the results. Plus, it kept just breaking down on me, and it wasn't reliable. So I shipped it away. I told the guy that wanted it, I'm like, well, have fun with it. That's on you.
Amy, screenshot that and send that to me.
What'd she say?
She said she's busting up laughing as she peruses the Facebook merch and sees a shirt of Ryan riding a shrimp.
You didn't do that, Ryan.
Yeah,
I want to see this. I want to see this.
Your cowboy hold-down shirt.
It's one of my stickers. I got to try it, and I'm riding a big blood shrimp.
Oh my god!
Got some Walt Disney coral in the background. It's got my angry. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. It's like a piece of art.
He's riding a shrimp.
He is. You've never seen it?
Oh, man.
Thanks, Amy. Thank you.
Oh, that was great. She says you're busting out. Now I'm busting.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see this. Amy, you better hurry up and send this. Okay, so Ryan, Reefbot, recommend or nah?
Recommend no. I don't recommend it.
Okay.
You've heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna do it, aren't you, Sean?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Yo, what the hell is that? You gotta be kidding me.
No, look at some Walt Disney coral in there. We got some right there. Those are Hulk zoanthids underneath of them.
Yo, that's almost disturbing.
Oh, come on.
That's shrimp. That's cruelty to animals.
Scared me.
That's funny.
Wow. Wow.
My shirt. Oh, that's funny.
I want to go buy this, but not for $42. Sorry, Ryan. Good thing I said that with his headset off. Nobody tell him I said that.
Oh, man.
Okay. So anyways, all right. So Reefbot's out the picture. There you go, guys. We have covered like all of our tests that we use, whether or not we'd recommend them and everything. Let's just open this up for a couple of minutes. Anybody got any random questions or whatnot while Ryan's got his mic muted and can't answer? Yep.
It was that shrimp. It's that shrimp incident. I think PETA cut him off.
Hey, hold on. This is what we hear from
there
Ryan.
You go.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I just had somebody come over my shoulder and scare me.
Oh no. That's funny.
Yeah, but thanks for putting up that sticker and shirt there. Made a sale. Thank you.
Fantastic.
You guys are the best. You guys are the best.
Glad we could help. You know, anything to fund the project.
Exactly.
Around the world.
That's right.
I'm all about this. All right. So final thoughts then while we're waiting. Yeah, Sean, when you coming to help me set up my cursor? What?
What are
Sid, when you gonna learn to type? Because bro, I don't know what an cursor is.
I think it's Ukgraten. Ukgraten.
Ryan, at least Amy likes your shirt.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you.
Amy was laughing at it a minute
It's
ago.
creative. Holy smokes. The sticker looks better. That shirt looks a little weird using that company.
I'm gonna get a Reefing Collective sticker and I'm gonna put it on the shrimp and wear that to Reef his stock. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, sure.
But we do have stickers coming out though.
Woo.
Fantastic.
That's right.
See, we gotta finish some stuff. Speaking of which, those of you that are watching now, you heard it here first. We have some big things in the mix, so be sure to stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Keep your eyes open.
There's some good stuff. We've got some secret Squirrel Society type stuff going on.
Yeah,
That's right.
Well,
For your eyes
being
only.
hard on Amy. Holy.
Amy's not a secret jerk.
No.
Amy's
Battle,
awesome.
you're a mean old putty tat.
Right?
He's a bad old putty tat.
We
Be
like
nice.
Amy here, Sid. We like
Nice,
Amy.
for the love of Pete. Oh man.
Too funny. All right. So nobody's really got any questions or anything tonight. So
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
Testing.
We kind of covered everything.
I think
Like all the
so.
important stuff.
I think so. If anybody's got anything else they want to say or ask.
Hey, just because Amy says that she's a jerk doesn't mean that it's true. I don't believe it. She's the one that wants to give everybody on a tank off a 10.
Exactly.
That's right. Including you, Battle. So wise up. Be nice.
We'll have to have another one coming up soon, guys. A tank off.
That's right.
Yeah, and I want to get some more tank people on here. There's a few people that have some magnificent tanks.
Yep.
So we reach out to you guys in the not so distant future. Be ready to take the call.
Right?
You know
Don't
what?
shy up on us.
Speaking of that, before we end, Amy, are you decent? Because we want to see this fish real quick.
Yeah.
I want to see this special little
What the angel?
tragedy that you have going on.
She's
Like I want an
been
update.
nurturing it back to health.
She's like small fish rescue.
Yeah. You want me to send her the link? I'll send her the link, unless she already did.
Yes, the Asfer. I want to see this.
The Asper.
I just like its name. It's Asfer. You know? I thought this was a family-friendly show.
I'm always amazed with the number and size of fish that she has in the tank. How could you even add fish without reaching that aggression? You know, getting that aggression. Some of those fish are big, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let alone that eel. The way that eel was looking at her cat in that picture, like, my God.
I know, that's
crazy.
crazy.
I would pay to see that eel grab that cat. Oh man! Anybody else in the room wants to pay to see an eel grab a cat? Put it in the comments.
Amy, did you put it in the tank? Because you're talking about lights being off and everything. You put that in your tank already?
I thought it was still in quarantine.
I mean, I'm just saying you
I
got
thought
some.
she had a quarantine.
Got some cojones if you put that in already,
That's
or
funny.
it's healed up better than we know.
No problem, OP Reefer. I think Reefer,
said
he won that. We went on the Core View show. He was my partner.
Nice.
Yeah.
She says her phone's on 9% though, so you gotta give her a second. The lights are off.
Nice. Yeah, it's a shame that Victoria's not
What
in
did
here.
you tell me
Yeah.
to shut up? I'm being nice. I didn't say nothing bad.
Who said shut up?
Amy said, "Shut up, D." I'm
Oh.
being nice.
I was like, did I miss
Literally,
it?
the one thing I love about Amy is she's like me. She does everything hands on, like water changes. She's got hundreds of gallons of water, and she's changing the water. Let me tell you, I don't change water as much, and I got small tanks as she does in that big tank. So hats off to Amy. She puts work in, man. And for women in the hobby, if you guys don't have the female reefing collective or the gals of reefing, she's got to be like CEO or something because she puts work in, bro.
She's on her way.
I love the cat. Yeah, I didn't say he was going to eat the cat. I just want to see him grab the cat. Like, who wouldn't pay to see an eel grab a cat? That's like
Oh my God.
National Geographic. Like, they would probably pay you for the footage.
That's like some chicken fight.
Yeah, it would be only for a second, then there'd be a splash.
It'd be flawless victory.
Right? It'd be too easy. Those cat's claws got nothing on that eel's teeth.
Now, once you're underwater, them claws don't mean much.
I watched a guy, he was feeding his eel today, and it was in with a puffer. The puffer got grabbed by the eel because he was trying to get the shrimp.
Wow. Did he puff up? That would be awesome, too.
There we go. Hey, Amy, how's it
Angels
going?
and demons.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Oh, he's recouped. He's recouped.
Yeah.
You really can't see a whole lot right now. I've got Maricin and then the API fungus cure running, and it turns it bright yellow, kind of green.
Hulking out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it? It's like, no, I don't want to be seen.
I know.
Run away! Run away!
I just saw he's right in the corner there.
Where is he?
Got to let me know how that
There he
fungus
is.
cure works. I got one of my
I'll-
cardinals got a lip infection. I might have to take him out and treat him too.
Well, at least he's
Because
getting a sense.
they're mouth brooders, so mouth infections, bad deal.
At least you get a second chance at life here.
You got it right there in the kitchen, all set up.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm not going to put her downstairs. She's beautiful. Doesn't deserve to be downstairs.
unlike your mad little puffer.
The mad little puff. Nothing about that puffer is little.
Pretty good
I
size.
know. That puffer spitting water was awesome, though.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty cool. There you go.
There
Coming
it
out
is.
to eat now.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, it's looking good.
When it gets big, that's going to be a beautiful fish.
I feel like we kind of took one step forward and then two steps back because we got rid of the ick or treated the ick, and then it got
Yeah.
the fungal infection. And then yesterday the gills were bright red, probably from the medication, and then today they're not.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, kind of winging it at this point.
Well,
So they're always
Wow.
tricky when treating fish. Always tricky.
right.
How long do they recommend that you keep them in the fungal cure? 5 days?
Yeah.
It's 5 days for
Yeah.
the Maricin and then the fungal cure. And then it says to do a 25% water change and then to do it again if you need to. And I
Yep.
don't know. I think
Ryan,
I think
make her
I need
bigger.
to do it. Can
Okay.
you kind of see?
Yeah, I'll just push
Yeah.
up. There we go.
That's a beautiful fish.
You can You can see some of the marks.
Oh,
the
yeah.
markings
See it on the
yeah.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming back pretty good, though. That poor fish looked pretty hammered when
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah. I'm trying.
And is she eating?
Yeah. So
Well, that's good.
I tried to put something in the tank just now that she doesn't really love. But I tried to get her to eat an angelfish like formula, but she wants like the mysis, just straight mysis.
Right. Right.
And so I've been using Focus to bind some Selcon and garlic and everything with her food. And she really likes that, but not so much just this normal, like nori mix stuff.
Oh.
Well, 9 out of 10. That's probably
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
They wouldn't be used to eating that other stuff anyway.
Just another spoiled fish.
Yeah. With the second chance.
It came to the right house.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
I like
a
it.
story to tell about that fish years down the road.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Looking good.
No, it's looking good.
Well, thanks.
Your kids must be enjoying it, having it right there.
They do. They like it a lot. Actually, they're concerned about the water being green right now. My son said, there's so much algae in it.
Right.
Future marine hobbyists of America.
Yeah.
Can only hope.
Wow. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Amy. We definitely appreciate you giving us a quick little show
Yeah.
of your fishy.
Little tour.
Yeah.
Now
Anytime, guys.
everybody will be following Amy's Angels and Demons.
Hey,
Hashtag Angels and Demons.
Bye, everybody.
that's funny. Bye.
Bye, Amy.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark, you've got. I'm gonna just say we shut this down here in approximately. You know what? Let's go 5 minutes, 15 seconds. We are gonna stop at 1 hour and 25 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have questions, throw them out. Ryan, put up Gordy's comment on there. This is really awesome. See, we gave some good advice. Now, I got to thinking about it afterwards. We probably should not have explained it the way that we did, but
Yeah.
we did, make a good point on it. It was just kind of a left-handed one there, but I'm super glad that, you followed our advice and your tank is definitely chugging along a little bit better. That's cool. We really appreciate the support. Thanks for coming back and letting us know. We
Thanks,
like to be
Gordy.
kept up on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I cleaned mine out too. So Gordy, yeah, that was a good way. Yeah, because I just hadn't done it. And
Yeah.
I had a basketball full of Cheeto in there that needed to get split up. So, it's good to remove that and clean. Even if you don't have sand in there, you'll get sediment in there. And it was really dirty. It was dirty. So it needed a good cleaning.
Yes.
See, I'm about there with my water box. I need to clean out all of my stuff. But I've got sea lettuce and Cheeto and red ogo all mixed in there.
I had bloodworms in there. Sean, bloodworms like you go fishing with? When I tell you they were like the size of my finger, I pulled that algae out. It scared the crap out of me. Because even fishing, I don't like dealing with bloodworms because they have the pincers. Well, these like sandworms, but it was the size of my finger. So it goes to show how long it had been feeding on detritus and whatever was in that chamber. So yeah, people clean those refugium chambers out. Clean them.
Yep. Keep your sump as spotless as you keep your tank. That's how I roll.
I mean, that's just you though. That's extra. That's so extra.
But Ryan's meticulous. You got to give him credit. He's meticulous.
Yeah, I'm meticulous.
But when you have a big tank, you got to be meticulous.
You got to stay on top of things because as soon as something really goes bad, it goes bad, right?
It goes bad, and it's hard to correct in a big tank.
Exactly.
A small tank, you can like, all right, let me do 50% water change. You ain't changing 300 gallons of water.
Exactly. So I definitely don't get Lars going on this tank at all.
You can't afford to.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I'm assuming that Mark doesn't have any questions now because he's just like, shh.
Where are you, Mark?
Right?
Mark's usually full of questions. What the heck is going on? He getting old?
He'd been a chicken.
Being a chicken.
Couldn't help
Saturday night sump cleaning.
Due for a sump cleaning. Dave's due for a sump cleaning. Get on top of that, Dave.
So am I.
Come on,
Dave,
Sunday is clean day, cleaning. Sunday cleaning.
Yeah, if you make a schedule, Sundays is your testing, cleaning day. It works.
You wanna do something interesting? Take a water sample from your refugium and take a water sample from your display and see how different the test results are. You may be surprised.
Yeah, I've never done that before.
You may be very surprised because you can get phosphate buildup in one place and it can be feeding right into your tank.
When you take your sample water for doing testing, you take it right from your tank or from your sump?
I take it from my display.
Yeah, me too.
But when I see it getting, if I see anything growing in the sand, like if I see a little haze of like maybe red or anything, diatom, anything starting, I look at the sump because it's usually coming from the sump.
No, exactly. It's like if you test going past your filter sock, do a test.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. Yeah. Stuff goes past.
Well, exactly,
Eric, I sure hope you rinse that sand on that tank swap. Otherwise, yes, you are going to get some nastiness going on there.
Like rinse it clean.
Oh, you guys reuse the sand?
Yeah.
It's not even worth reusing sand most of the time. I mean, if you're in a pinch and you got to do it, I'd say do it. But I'm not into that anymore. I did that twice, and both times it was a pain in the neck.
Yeah. So James has an interesting question here, though. You think handheld and liquid test kits will be a thing in the past, like halides with all these new controllers? No.
Nah.
I mean, they both serve a purpose. Like you're gonna have your automated testing, but you still have to have something to verify.
Yeah.
So you really can't get rid of it.
Well, it's like Eric said too, right? Using probes and stuff like that, they need to be calibrated all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, the old school hobbyists will always do it by hand. Like, I don't know any of them that use digital test kits, to tell you the truth. Like, if you're doing bulk tests, it's kind of you're used to doing multiple tanks.
Yeah,
you're used to just getting a vial. You can order extra vials, and you can have this vial tank 1, tank 2, and just test them. Boom, 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 and it goes really quick. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. All right.
I finished. Okay, Eric, I finished my tank swap. Use the same rock, water, and sand. Will it cycle?
We just went over that one. That was him.
You got that one?
Yeah, we got that one.
Oh, okay.
OP Reefer, go back and watch our show where we actually covered all of dinos. So that'll give you all that information. That's way too much to get into now. Dave, good luck on the filter roller. I hope that works out well for you and that you get your sump clean. But other than that, guys, it's one of those things where we're at that hour and 25 mark. We went a little bit longer than I was expecting on this one, which is good. We covered a lot of good stuff. Great week. Everybody stay safe. Don't catch COVID. Keep bringing in that money and taking care of your tanks. Have a solid week, and we'll see you next weekend.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in, guys. Have a great night.
Good night.